Dear one, today the angels have drawn certain cards to help you understand a complex situation. They wish to shed light on why someone may be planning to harm you in August and who this person might be. The cards show that there is a complicated emotional scenario involving possible betrayal, hidden motives, and emotional manipulation. Let us take a closer look at each card and the messages they hold for you. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is the first card drawn, and it carries an important message from the angels about your situation. This card is all about pause, reflection, and changing your perspective. The person who might harm you is currently in a state of suspension. They are not acting impulsively, but are deeply reflecting on their next move. They may have been forced into a situation where they feel stuck or constrained, and they think that harming you will free them. This person is caught in a mental and emotional struggle, unable to move forward until they change how they view their circumstances. The angels urge you to adopt a similar stance by stepping back and looking at the situation from a different angle. You might feel confused or trapped by their behavior, but it's important to remember that there may be a larger context that you're not yet seeing. The angels want you to reflect on how you might have contributed to this situation and what you can release or change in your own life to help resolve it. Sometimes we must let go of relationships, beliefs, or expectations that are no longer serving us in order to heal and move forward. The Hanged Man also speaks of sacrifice, suggesting that in order to rise above this situation, you might need to give something up. Trust that by doing so, you will find clarity and peace. It's also possible that the person planning to harm you is going through a spiritual crisis or awakening. They are on the brink of a significant change in their life, but they may resist it. The angels encourage you to hold space for the possibility of their transformation and to remain open to the lessons that this difficult situation can teach you. Six of Pentacles. The second card drawn is the Six of Pentacles, which speaks about balance, fairness, and generosity. This card reflects a dynamic of give and take in relationships, and it reveals that the person planning to harm you might feel that there has been an unfair exchange between you. They may believe that you have taken more than your share of emotional or physical resources, or that they have been left with less. These feelings of imbalance can lead to resentment and a desire to correct what they perceive as an injustice by causing you harm. However, the angels remind you that harm in this case doesn't have to be physical. It could be an attempt to disturb your peace or your sense of stability. This person might want to reclaim power or fairness by upsetting your life, especially if they believe they have been deprived of something they feel entitled to. Reflecting on past interactions with this person may help you understand their motives. Were there times when they felt undervalued or overlooked? This awareness can allow you to approach the situation with greater empathy and wisdom. The Six of Pentacles also urges you to examine your own generosity. Have you been too giving in a way that has created unrealistic expectations or even dependency? This person may have grown accustomed to your support, and if that support is withdrawn or diminished, they might feel betrayed. The card warns that your kindness could be manipulated, and it's important to set boundaries to avoid being taken advantage of. At its core, the Six of Pentacles is about reciprocity. It's important for relationships to have a balance of giving and receiving. And if that balance is skewed, problems can arise. The angels encourage you to stand firm in your own worth and not allow others to take without giving back. The card also brings a message of karmic justice. Whatever harm is intended against you will eventually be corrected. The angels are watching over you, ensuring that the balance of the universe will restore fairness in your life. Nine of Cups next. We have the Nine of Cups, a card that represents fulfillment, contentment, and the realization of desires. In this case, the card suggests that the person planning to harm you may be motivated by a selfish desire to fulfill their own needs or goals. They might believe that by hurting you, they can achieve something they desire. Their actions may not come from hatred or malice, but from the misguided belief that harming you will bring them happiness. This person may view your success or happiness as a threat to their own, and they might want to take something from you to feel better about their own life. The Nine of Cups speaks of personal satisfaction, but it also highlights how someone's intense focus on their own desires can lead to jealousy and resentment. This person's happiness may be tied to a sense of entitlement, and they might feel that you don't deserve the success or contentment you have. The angels encourage you to be mindful of how your own achievements might be perceived by others. While you should celebrate your success, also be aware that not everyone will share in your joy. Some may feel threatened or envious, and this could lead to negative emotions directed towards you. The Nine of Cups also warns about the dangers of overindulgence and complacency. The person planning to harm you might be so comfortable with their own success that they've grown blind to the consequences of their actions. They may think they deserve more, or that they are entitled to whatever they want, even if it means causing harm to you. The angels urge you to protect your peace and well-being, remembering that true fulfillment comes from love, compassion, and mutual respect. Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is a deeply emotional card associated with anxiety, fear, and mental anguish. This card reveals that the person planning to harm you is likely driven by deep internal suffering. Their anxiety, insecurities, and guilt have clouded their judgment, making them believe that harming you will relieve their own emotional pain. This person may be projecting their fears and struggles onto you, seeing you as the cause of their distress, or they might believe that by hurting you, they can alleviate their own suffering. The Nine of Swords also speaks to exaggerated fears and anxieties, often creating a distorted perception of reality. This person may be gripped by irrational fears, believing you've wronged them in some way or that you pose a threat to them. However, these fears may not be based in reality, and their anxiety is driving them toward harmful actions. The angels ask you to approach the situation with compassion, understanding that this person's behavior is a reflection of their inner turmoil rather than a direct desire to harm you. However, the angels also remind you that you must protect yourself, as their emotional distress may lead to unpredictable or dangerous behavior. It's important to recognize that while we can empathize with someone's pain, we must also prioritize our own safety. The Nine of Swords also highlights the power of thoughts and beliefs, suggesting that the person planning to harm you is trapped in a cycle of negative thinking. This cycle may be difficult for them to escape, but the angels want you to remain strong in your own thoughts and not let their negativity affect your peace. The High Priestess, the appearance of the High Priestess in your reading, invites you to trust your intuition. This card represents hidden knowledge, intuition, and the mysteries of the subconscious mind. The person planning to harm you may be concealing their true intentions, and the angels urge you to look beyond the surface and tap into your inner wisdom. The High Priestess guides you to trust your instincts and pay attention to subtle signs around you. The truth may not be immediately apparent, and the angels encourage you to be patient and allow things to unfold naturally. There are hidden forces at play in this situation, and in time, the truth will be revealed. This card also speaks to the power of silence and contemplation. The angels suggest that you take a step back from the situation, withdraw from immediate reactions or confrontations, and spend time in quiet reflection. By connecting with your higher self, you will gain deeper insight and understanding. The Devil card brings a powerful message from the angels. This card represents temptation, bondage, and the darker aspects of the human psyche. The person planning to harm you may be driven by unhealthy attachments, obsessions, or desires that have taken hold of them. They may feel bound to negative habits or emotions, which are influencing their actions. The Devil card warns you to be cautious, as the person may be acting out of a place of fear, desire, or manipulation. The angels want you to recognize the forces at play in this person's life and to stay strong in your own willpower and clarity. Don't allow yourself to be swayed by their negativity or darkness. Instead, trust in your ability to overcome any challenges with wisdom and grace. Final thoughts, dear soul. The cards show that you are facing a challenging situation with someone who may have harmful intentions. However, you are not alone. The angels are guiding you through this time, urging you to stay calm, reflective, and wise. Trust in your intuition, set boundaries, and protect your peace. By doing so, you will navigate this situation with strength and grace, emerging stronger and more enlightened on the other side. Trust in the divine timing of the universe, knowing that justice will be served and you will be protected. Understanding the forces behind harmful intentions. Messages from the angels. In moments of uncertainty or fear, we often wonder why someone might wish to harm us. When we are confronted with such negativity, it is easy to become overwhelmed and question our own worth or safety. Yet, according to angelic wisdom, the angels encourage us to understand that those who intend harm are often acting from a place of emotional or spiritual struggle. Through various symbols, such as the devil, the 5 of Cups, and the 2 of Cups, we are shown the deeper, hidden reasons behind harmful actions. By understanding these insights, we can better protect ourselves and find compassion for those who are causing us pain. This message is a profound reminder of how the angels guide us through these challenges, offering not only protection, but also healing and clarity. The devil, the chains of fear and negative emotions. The devil, in spiritual symbolism, represents the chains that bind us, whether they are fears, addictions, obsessions, or unhealthy attachments. These chains are not always visible, but they shape our actions and decisions. The angels want us to understand that the person planning to harm us is likely caught in their own trap, entangled by negative emotions or desires that have taken control of their life. These emotions may include envy, greed, lust, or an overwhelming need for power, all of which are potent forces that the devil card embodies. When someone is under the influence of these darker impulses, their judgment becomes clouded. They may become so consumed by their desire to possess something or someone that they lose sight of what is right or beneficial, both for themselves and for others. In their struggle, they may feel trapped or powerless, which leads them to lash out, often seeking control over others as a means of regaining some sense of power. This may explain why they might turn towards harm, believing that by bringing others down, they will lift themselves up. It's important to note that the devil card is also associated with deception and illusion. The person planning to harm you may be operating under false beliefs or lies. either those they have told themselves or those others have instilled in them. They might be justifying their harmful actions with twisted logic or misplaced anger, convinced that they are right in their course of action. The angels are urging you to see through these illusions and recognize that their actions are not based on truth, but on fear, confusion, and a distorted sense of reality. Moreover, the devil also highlights manipulation. The person planning to harm you may be under the control of someone else, or may be influenced by their own addictions or obsessions. This manipulation may come in many forms, including guilt, fear, or coercion. The angels urge you to stand firm in your truth and avoid becoming entangled in their darkness. Do not let yourself be manipulated or drawn into a situation where you are vulnerable. Another key aspect of the devil is temptation. The person planning harm may be enticed by the illusion of what they believe they can gain, whether it's material wealth, revenge, or social status. However, the angels want you to understand that this temptation is nothing more than a trap, leading them further into spiritual darkness rather than fulfilling their desires. The devil warns that such actions often lead to more suffering, both for the one who acts and for the ones who are harmed. It is also essential to recognize that the devil card speaks of cycles, repetitive patterns of behavior that are difficult to break. The person planning harm might be stuck in such a cycle, unable to free themselves from their own negative impulses. While the angels encourage us to have compassion for such individuals, they also caution us to protect ourselves from becoming entangled in their destructive path. Above all, the devil card reminds us of the power of liberation. The angels want you to know that you are not a victim of the situation. You have the strength and divine support to break free from any chains, whether external threats or internal fears. It's essential to confront the darkness, face your fears, and take the necessary steps to protect yourself and free yourself from any negative influence. The Five of Cups: loss, grief, and misplaced anger. The Five of Cups brings a message of deep emotional sorrow, reflecting the pain of loss, regret, and disappointment. When this card appears, the angels wish to guide you through understanding the motivations of the person who might be planning harm, emphasizing that this individual is likely struggling with profound grief and emotional pain. They may have recently experienced a significant loss, whether that be a relationship, a missed opportunity, or an overwhelming failure. This pain has consumed them, and in their grief, they might project their hurt onto others, possibly you. The angels want you to understand that their harmful intentions come from a place of overwhelming sadness and regret, not rational thought. This individual may feel as though they have been wronged or that something precious has been taken from them, leading them to harbor resentment. Their negative emotions have clouded their ability to see beyond their grief, and they might believe that harming others could somehow alleviate their suffering. The Five of Cups also symbolizes a focus on what has been lost rather than what remains. This person may be fixated on their pain, unable to see the positive aspects of their life or the potential for healing. They may be dwelling on past mistakes or memories, allowing old wounds to fester into feelings of anger and vengeance. In this state, they are unable to move forward, caught in a cycle of negativity. The angels ask you to approach this situation with compassion, understanding that the person planning harm is deeply wounded. While you must take steps to protect yourself, recognizing the source of their pain can help you navigate the situation with greater empathy. The Five of Cups also suggests that this individual may feel isolated and alone, amplifying their sense of despair. They may believe that no one understands their pain, which could drive them to act out in harmful ways. This sense of loneliness can make them feel desperate, using negative actions to get attention or release their sorrow. Moreover, the Five of Cups indicates a need for reflection on unresolved issues. There may be lingering misunderstandings or past conflicts between you and this person that have not been fully addressed. The angels encourage you to reflect on your relationship with them and consider whether there is an opportunity for reconciliation, even if that reconciliation only takes the form of offering forgiveness or letting go of past grievances. By offering compassion, you may help prevent further harm and begin healing the emotional rift between you. The Two of Cups, relationships, emotional bonds, and potential for healing. The Two of Cups is a card that speaks to the deep emotional connections between individuals. It represents love, partnership, and harmony. However, in the context of someone planning harm, this card reveals that the situation likely involves a relationship that has become strained or even toxic. The angels want you to understand that the person planning to harm you may be someone with whom you share a deep emotional bond, whether that person is a romantic partner, close friend, family member, or even a colleague with whom you once had a strong connection. The Two of Cups suggests that there was once mutual respect and harmony between you, but something has shifted. Misunderstandings, unspoken grievances, or emotional wounds may have caused the relationship to deteriorate. The person planning harm may feel hurt, rejected, or betrayed, and these emotions may have turned into anger or resentment. Their harmful intentions may stem from a desire to regain the balance and connection that has been lost. The angels urge you to reflect on the history of this relationship and consider if there are any unresolved issues within yourself or between you and the individual. Relationships often mirror back to us aspects of ourselves that need healing, and understanding this can provide insight into the situation. The angels are not suggesting that you blame yourself, but rather encouraging you to examine the deeper dynamics at play. The Two of Cups is also closely related to the potential for reconciliation and healing. While the relationship may currently feel strained, there is still a possibility for healing. The angels are guiding you to consider whether there is a way to communicate with this person to address the issues that have caused the harm and to find mutual understanding. This could be a turning point for healing, but it is important to maintain healthy boundaries and protect yourself from further harm. Above all, the Two of Cups reminds you that forgiveness can be a powerful tool for healing. Forgiveness does not mean condoning harmful behavior, but it means freeing yourself from the burden of resentment and opening the door to peace. The angels want you to know that divine love is always present, guiding you through the process of healing and reconciliation. Conclusion: trusting in angelic guidance in moments of fear and confusion. When someone is planning harm against you, it is easy to become consumed by worry. However, the angels urge you to look beyond the surface and recognize the underlying causes of harmful intentions. Whether the devil, the Five of Cups, or the Two of Cups appears in your reading, the angels are guiding you to understand that these individuals are often acting from a place of deep emotional or spiritual pain. They may be trapped by their own fears, grief, or unhealed wounds. Through angelic guidance, you are encouraged to approach these situations with compassion, while also standing firm in your truth and protecting yourself from harm. The angels are with you, offering their support, love, and protection as you navigate these challenging situations. Trust in their presence and know that you are not alone. With their help, you can face the darkness, heal the wounds, and move toward a future of peace, liberation, and emotional well-being. Let go of fear, trust in your strength, and remember that divine guidance is always with you, leading you to a place of healing and understanding. As you trust the angels, you will find the clarity and courage needed to overcome any challenges that come your way.